Hello everyone, my name's Flatmeister, and today I'd like to tell you something very special. This is a PSA. Do you want your creative vision in your fictional medium, whether it be comics, movies, or video games? We have a solution for you. At Anita Sarkeesian's Mafia, woke consulting company, she'll tell you how shit your project is and demand money. Yep. See, with that little PSA. God. So, hello everyone. Welcome to. I was about to say to the Flat Pack show then. Oh yeah, welcome to the Flat Pack. I'm Flatmeister. Well, this is interesting. So, I saw this here. Let me bring. Just want to check that. Oh, wrong. Hang on a second. God, I should have this already. Here we go. Look at this. It's an official website. AnitaSarkeesian.com/consulting. She's kind of gone into obscurity, into nothingness. Irrelevant, but she's trying to claw her way back, right? This is so freaking bad, man. So, consulting services. Are you working on a game, book, film? Here, let me move my OBS out of the way, if it'll let me. I'll get the chat up as well, just in case. Yeah, let's just move me slightly. I have to come this side. There we go. Alright, let me just squish that in a position. So, yeah, are you working on a film, a video game, a comic, or board game? Just trying to really, or other narrative project, looking for practical support to make your project, to make sure your project is appropriately inclusive. So now she's begging for money. You have to pay her money to ensure that your project is woke enough. Now I know what a lot of people, what a lot of normal people would do is to say, fuck that, screw that. Not sure where to start. It's okay if you feel a little lost or unsure, because you wouldn't want it if we were to sick the LGBT community on you, or to sick the game journalists that are on her side, like Polygon and such. We want them to sick them on you. No. So this really sounds like a racketeering. So today more than ever, media consumers want stories that are sincere, genuine and true. Yeah, genuine fans. You demand forced diversity quotas, forced inclusion of minority characters, just shoehorning them in and making the story all about their identity rather than what else is interesting about a character. It's all about the surface skin stuff. And that's why you come up with this get woke, go broke SJW propaganda bullshit in their games, their movies, their comics. That's why Big 2 is failing. That's why Marvel and DC are failing. But let's carry on and see what she says, right? So they want works that engage with historically excluded identities instead of the same cliched archetypes and tropes that have been the norm for decades. She means white people, more specifically straight white men, is what she means. That's what when they mean diversity, they mean no white people, no white men. As the media landscape shifts, we're seeing an increase in critical acclaim, word of mouth promotion, and the opportunity to reach bigger, broader audiences when projects do their due diligence to get this right. Get this right. Have you got a disabled black lesbian? That's the go-to cliche, isn't it? Like, have you got a disabled black Muslim lesbian? This cracks me up, right? As a lead consultant, I bring 10 plus years of experience as an award-winning feminist media critic to the table. No, it was all your whole feminist frequency videos was confirmation bias, cherry picking instances of gameplay to suit your narrative. It's been refuted. Your stuff has been refuted. I'm not going to repeat it, but your stuff has been refuted years ago, since 2012, 2013, 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18. Well, not 18, because she kind of pilfered out about 2015, didn't she? Or probably even earlier than that. I founded a not-for-profit organisation to provide free and accessible education about feminism and diversity in pop culture that has reached of nearly 1 million social media followers and over 30 million views on YouTube. I wouldn't say that much about your YouTube channel now. Are you sure about the not-for-profit? Because she's involved in the Trust and Safety Council on Twitter and the whole Crash Override Network. Zoe Quinn's doxing website. I've consulted on a wide range of products to help creators find their vision. You mean dunk on their vision? You mean like when you went to DICE and checked out Battlefield 5, or when you went to EA, you went to BioWare, that's it. Went to BioWare to check on Anthem, and that didn't go down well with some of the employees. Some of them were like, yay, Anita Sarkeesian's here. And then the other half of the studio was like, fucking... Well, you can see how the shitness Anthem has gone down. She probably dunked all over their hard work. Not enough people of colour. Not enough minorities. And look how Anthem turned out. But that makes me laugh. To find their vision. They don't need your help. Perhaps that's why DICE and EA did they pay Anita Sarkeesian to go to those studios to let's have a look at your game, from including female characters in a more holistic way, to designing a cast of video game characters that appeals to a wider audience. I help artists avoid common unnecessary pitfalls and build richer, more vibrant characters and worlds. Has anyone seen that video? It's that trans YouTuber Riley Dennis, and she says, she goes through all these characters of like Super Smash Brothers of who she thinks, and basically none of them are straight at all. She goes, my headcanon is Kirby is a gender queer femi submissive, I don't know, honestly, but it goes on that ridiculous. She went, if you all get so triggered over my headcanon of these characters, then why are you letting that bother you? It was more of an eye roll to me, like, oh, God. But when she means unnecessary common pitfalls, she means what? Yeah, straight. It's the same thing as straight white male character. Our hands-on consulting style is direct, honest, and non-judgmental. You're not progressive enough. Yeah, I could imagine her being judgmental, giving you like, so this is my character. He's this. And she'd be like, couldn't you change that to a female character? Our goal is to identify ways your project can be improved and provide you with education around the relevant issues to help you make the right creative decisions for you. Sorry, that's like going up to Vincent van Gogh and saying, I think you should paint it this way. And you go, okay then. To help you make the right creative decisions for you. Sorry, who is the artist here? Because Anita Sarkeesian has not created anything. If you count Feminist Frequency, the YouTube channel, as creating something. Each project is unique, and therefore so is our approach. We work with you to assess which areas you'd like to address, and we tailor our time together accordingly. Some ways we've worked with clients are joining team brainstorming sessions, or working through early concepts, reading drafts of scripts, or reviewing character art. Too much cleavage! And identifying areas of improvement, as well as presentations to help teams understand why inclusivity is an important goal. Sorry, Anita Sarkeesian, if you don't like it, don't buy it. This game just wasn't made for you. Companies have brought us in to consult and support them in a wide assortment of endeavours, including creating fully complex female characters. There always has been fully complex female characters, whether protagonist, antagonist, or secondary. Avoiding stereotypes and cliches with regard to race, gender, sexuality, class, disability, and learning how to integrate these identities with your work holistically. Deepening characterization of diverse casts to not only avoid bad representations but to create great and varied detailed representation. Designing a cast of characters that's appealing to a wider multi-gender... Sorry, there's only 2 genders. Appealing to a wider audience. Designing gender-neutral or non-binary characters. Didn't you know that Apex Legends is like super woke? It's got a non-binary character. Seriously, it does. Apparently, it's the one with the Plague Doctor mask and with the crow on its shoulder. Adapting historically problematic texts. Whoa, you mean rewriting history? That translates to adapting historically problematic texts for a current audience. Identifying common pitfalls in character and narrative designs. Avoiding oppressive, i.e. sexist and racist, etc. dialogue. What if it's set in a historically accurate game, in a historically accurate setting? What if you're setting your game in a, I don't know, any time? Right, imagine if Bioshock Infinite wasn't made now. Or imagine if Bioshock Infinite was made now. You know, with how like Comstock and how they treated the Vox Populi, what was her name, Daisy Fitzroy, sort of how the Irish and black people were treated in Colombia, and really nasty and racist. And I think you go into like a museum, and it's got like it's all propaganda. Like, look at Comstock, he went and killed the native red man. He killed the yellow snake in the grass. Chinese. Like all these sort of racist stereotypes that would have been. But imagine if Bioshock Infinite was made now. Ooh, she would. Hi, how can Anita Sarkeesian consulting work for you, Ken Levine? Avoiding systems that enable problematic. Whoa. Avoiding systems that enable problematic actions for players, meaning, so what, like the next GTA game, you can't kill any people of colour or minorities. We're gonna put those NPCs in God mode. The player can't kill those characters. What about multi-choice characters, whether you want to be a good guy or a bad guy? And what if there's like, bad, if you want to play as the bad guy and do bad decisions? Or what if there's morally grey areas? I love when games and stories explore those themes. Whether to be the morally grey person. To create art that is free. Yeah, people want to create art that's free from your draconian, authoritative, trying to dictate people's creative visions. That should be free, right? Free from stereotypical representations and cliched tropes. Instead, works to enrich, empower, and energize your audience. Isn't impossible. Let us help you. Seriously, you're a fool if you bloody... you can put your details in there. How it works. Each project has its own requirements, so we will work together to create a package that is best suited to your needs. We can consult on one specific issue you have, or do a broader assessment of the work as a whole and how each aspect, visuals, narrative, gameplay, needs iteration. Together we can assess whether we need one session together, or if depending on how big your how big your bank account is. Or you're a successful company. You've done a couple of big releases. You made quite a bit of money. How about we do some periodic check-ins? Would be beneficial. Sessions can be done in person or over the phone. All information exchanged during our work together is kept strictly confidential. Except if you don't heed our advice, we are going to sick the whole LGBT community on you. We're going to sick Polygon and Kotaku on you. Pricing is available on a sliding scale depending on the size of the project and scope of the work. Like I said, if you're a big studio, to have a conversation about your project's needs, please fill out the contact form below. This sounds like a racketeering scheme. Like I said, if she doesn't like what content you have, and if you don't follow and heed her advice, she'll sick. Don't you find it funny that, with the peak of Gamergate and all of these persons of interest and this conflicts of interest was happening? That's why people pointed it out. Because journalists in Kotaku and Polygon and that, they were all chummy with Anita Sarkeesian and people working within feminist frequency. Would be funny for a laugh, like if you're an independent comic creator, like that's got, like, in the terms of SJWs, problematic content, right? Submit I don't know, like the draft, and just sit around, which go right. There's so many problematic things in your content. You'd be a fool to bloody do this. Seriously, who? I have such a problem with these bullet points. Avoiding oppressive, sexist, what they regard as racist and sexist now. Like, even though, like, the microaggression. Avoiding systems that enable problematic actions. So, like, what? Red Dead, for instance. Red Dead Redemption. I recently completed that. Well, John Marston was previously an outlaw, but he's trying to set things right, kill or take down his former gang members. You'd be a fool to do this. Oh, well, that's just her books. I ain't interested in that. This is shocking. Do not let other people dictate your creative vision. That sounds kind of, when people complain about, like, complain about video games, like, or Mortal Kombat going woke. Yeah, but we're not demanding changes be made. We're giving our feedback, like, why did you do Jack's ending like that? That's completely not like his character. Okay, I'll vote with my wallet. I'm not going to buy this game. Simple. Whereas SJWs, they demand things be changed. They demand. Well, they don't buy products, though. They don't buy these products in the first place. But that's the difference between SJWs and normal gamers and comic book readers, is that we're the consumers. We actually buy these products, right? We actually put the money in these creators' pockets. But you'd be a fool to go ahead and do this, because I'd have no sympathy. But Anita Sarkeesian Consulting, ready to rinse your wallet dry. But oh guys, I want to hear what you think of this. Would you hire someone to point out problematic content in your comic or your video game? But that's why the indie comic industry is so great now, with all of these indie creators. I mean, we've had loads on the Flat Pack show. That every Wednesday is 11 PM GMT, 6 PM Eastern. I host that with Switchpoint, Nerd Waffle, and Crumple Point. And go check out their channels. I can see Tahilim has just popped in, man. I was just about to wrap up, dude. But I was just saying, with the Flat Pack show that we host every Wednesdays, we've had a load of. I'll read Tahilim's comment out. I won't let it distract my thought. But yeah, we have indie comic creators. You're cracking me up, Tahillim, making me lose track. So yeah, we've had loads of indie comic creators come on the show. I mean, I'll just list a load that have been on the show that have reached their Kickstarter or Indiegogo goals. I mean, we had Dean Kish, who did Tainted, which is this sort of teenage girl whose boyfriend dies, and she then starts receiving visions, and she develops these superpowers. She sees this ancient old cult. She's able to see these cult members, and Dean Kish was very much inspired by Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We've had Angado from Sinopa Publishing. He's a self-publisher and a writer as well. He did the 47 Furious Tales, which is a telling of the Edo incident, the 47 Ronin, but they're told as the comic book is told as anthropomorphic animals. We've had Alejandro Mirabal, who showed off Long Harbor, this sort of John Carpenter, The Thing mixed with Lovecraftian, body horror, the sort of out at sea story. We've had, I'm trying to remember, Amelia Sky, Jermaine Boyd with his comic Amelia Sky, this little girl that's in this alien post-apocalyptic alien invasion story. I don't think he reached his Kickstarter goal, but I think he's redoing it again. Check that out. We've had Marcel Dupree on most recently with Chris Cole, which was the sci-fi western with dinosaurs, set on Mars. Really cool. She's a bounty outlaw turned bounty hunter. We've had we've had loads of creators on the show. I was going to try and list off every single one, but that's a lot. There's you should check out the Flat Pack show in our previous playlist of guests we've had on, and we're hoping to get more on. This is the positivity we're looking for. People that actually have creative visions. Don't give a shit about this identity politics BS. Nothing about racist. Sometimes racism and sexism in the context of a story fits well, especially with the characters as well. Including gender non-binary and gender neutral. I'm sorry, they represent less than 1% of one particular country. I reckon they're a small percentage of each country. But yeah, I was going to read out Tehillim's comment was, Anita can give consultation to an anaconda. I thought you were about. I nearly misread it and said to my anaconda. I don't think you'd want to do that to Hillim. But yeah, wrapping up. Check out the Flat Pack show. Check out Switchpoint, Nerdwaffle, and Crumple Point's channels as well, because they're super awesome guys. Switchpoint does the sort of memes and things. He creates a lot of sort of photoshopping and memes. Crumple Point does a lot about symbolism. He does a lot of sort of analysing things within comics and video games, movies as well. Nerdwaffle, he's been busy with work and other sort of family things, but he's a great guy, and he's always on the Flat Pack show, always cracking us up. Yeah, he's also doing he's doing his own comic. He's done I always get this wrong. Robot Zero, sorry, I nearly said Mac Zero then. Mac is the character. Robot Zero, his sort of bounty hunter robot story is really cool. We've got Crumple Point has done his own on Draw Me In Comics. You can find both of those comics on Draw Me In Comics. You got Crumple Point's Peptis Challenge. He's working on his second issue. It's only $2 for a copy, and he'll send you the PDF. Really cool, unique story ideas. And I know I keep saying this. Oh, I got ideas which I'm working on, blah, 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 and I never get around to bloody doing it. I need to. But don't give Anita Sarkeesian or her consulting team. You'd be a fool to do that. So with that, I've been Flatmeister. I'll catch you in the next video. And don't forget, the Flat Pack show is on Wednesdays. I'm not sure what we're doing. I'll have to reach out to. There's a guy. He's an indie game developer. to reach out to him whether he's free for next Wednesday. If not, I think there's a topic. We've got utopias and dystopias that I think Crumble Point suggested as an idea for a topic. So with that, I'll catch you in the next video. Take it easy, everyone. Bye. Oh, not bad. 25-minute video. I'll see you later, everyone.